Alright, before I get started on the project, I wanted to share the quick thrift haul that I had. I really tried not to go into the thrift store, but it didn't work because I have to kind of pass it on my way into town, and my car likes to stop there and I like to go in. So I tried not to get too much stuff. And I'm going to get it over with and I'm going to start my project. But here is some the wood, what are they called? Pole rings that you, oh, I see, you put your curtains. I've never used them for curtains. I always use them in my crafts. But they're new, and both of them were brand new and 50 cents a package, so I'll put those in my wood stash. And then I picked up, I didn't see that glue on that, but that's okay because it still works. Picked up this embroidery hoop. I want to do some stitching and I need the hoop so I can do it, and I don't have one. I used to have a bunch of them, but I sold them in a garage sale when I didn't think I wanted them anymore. So I just need one. That's good. Maybe one more a little bigger, but this will work for now. And then I got this in a package. I don't know how much this hoop was. Probably wasn't much. It's a mark be gone when you're marking your material and for your patterns. It was new in a package, so I picked it up. And they had this new, it's just a cracker square, so it's the Dollar Tree. I think that's one that has the cracker square. 50 cents, and I would have paid $1.25 for it, so picked that up. And this, I found crow, a wooden crow. And it has two holes in it. It had this. I imagine there was another leg. I don't know. No, that would look silly. But I'll put it in this hole and stick it in one of my flowers outside or something in a flower pot. That was 50 cents. And then I picked up all these paints. They had quite a few paints there, but some of them didn't have much in them. And I shook them and looked at them, and they were all good. And it's coming up. I'll be doing a lot of patriotic decor. So that's the English Navy. I use that. I know I use that in patriotic decor. Here's some milk paint by Folk Art in Farmhouse Orchard, I think is what it's saying. But I opened it up. It was all good. It's about up to here. Okay. That was 50 cents. This was 50 cents. And I know these are like only $1.09 or so at Walmart, but they were 50 cents. Still cheaper. Pretty full. This color is Tuscan Red. And then nutmeg brown. I use a lot of nutmeg brown. So I picked those up. And of course, a mason jar. I always pick up mason jars, especially these little, what are they, half pints? Because I make candles. And this is what I pour them in for resale. And then I bought these scissors. They were $2. I don't see the tag, but I'm pretty sure they were $2. It's the kind, they look brand new. It's the kind you slice like paper with to make shreds. I don't know why, but ever so often I'll need something like that. I'll have them. I'll put them in with my scissors. And when I can find old wooden utensils, I'll pick those up because I like to put those like in pockets, wall pockets and stuff. So pick those up, and I think these were 25 cents a piece. Then I got these little bitty candles, and you know, I will grubby these up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Yes, I will grubby those up and make something with those. I was happy to see those because I hadn't even looked at those on Amazon. Was going to get some. Then I picked up these little salt and pepper shakers, the older style, only because I'm going to use these in my kitchen because the holes always seem to be bigger. Like this is not as big as this one. I'll put pepper in this one because I like pepper, and I can't ever get it to shake out good because I use the restaurant grind style. But anyways, I picked those up 50 cents a piece. Let's see, I got that, got all that. I think I have one more thing. Then for $2, I picked up this wood board. Find joy in the journey. Somebody's put that on there, I think. Or maybe it was bought that way. I don't know. But I bought it to make over. It's solid wood. Nice piece of board. Or boards. And it was $2. And that's all I got. Not a whole lot. So, I got to get busy and start using the things that I've been buying at the thrift store. So, let's start flipping. That way, the long ways. It is a 20-inch tall and 16-inch wide. So, it's a pretty good piece of board. And I've went through my stencils. Not my stencils, but my, what do you call these things? Decoupage papers. Tissue paper. Yeah. And I found another Rooster. A little different than I done last time. And hitting them back there. Can you see all that? That's what I'm going to put on it. But to start with, and I really don't like that well, stay up there. My tail cuts off over here. And I want to leave a little bit off, hanging off, so I can do a clean edge when I'm finished. So I'm going to have to cut a little more of the tail off. I'm going to leave a little bit down on the here. It's going to be like, probably about like, if I could get that one piece of paper to quit flipping, probably about like that. But before I do anything, I've got to paint the board. So I'm just going to start going over it with the Waverly plaster. I had to add water to this, and boy, I'm getting it all over me. It was thick. I'm always such a mess. I probably ought to put an apron on. I don't want to get this on my sweatshirt and my pants, so. But I am just going to go over this whole thing. Probably only going to need one coat because I just need to make, you know, where it doesn't, the wood doesn't show through on the decoupage paper on the Rooster. But we all know how to paint, so I am going to finish this up. And I'll come back and show you where I'm going to put it. And we'll put that on. I think it's going to be really pretty. Alright, this is so big, it's hard to get a shot of, so I'm having to hold the camera for a minute. And I've decided I'm only going to leave about that much hanging off on the edge. I'm trying to get as much of the tail in as I can, so it'll be, oh, I'd say about a ½ inch I'm going to cut off. And it'll go up to about right there. And then more will be cut off on this side. So I'm now going to take my scissors and cut my paper down so I can start working with it. And I'll keep that all up there for another project. Now I have it laid where I want it. I'm just going to hang on to it and bring the top back. Got something in my brush. I should have poured my, hang on, I'm going to have to pour my brush is so wide that it won't really go down in there without messing up bristles, so I'm going to find something to pour my Mod Podge in. Alright, I found a little cup to put my Mod Podge in. Put that out of my way, I don't want to spill it. I want to get started and put the first piece down so my paper doesn't move, because I have it right where I want it. Make sure I get on the edges good. Alright, I'm going to lay this down for a minute. Get that started on there. Yeah, it's right where I want it. And I need a baggie. Lay this back. My workspace is kind of short. Make sure I get up underneath there. I have to get some more Mod Podge. I hope I have more Mod Podge because there's not a lot in that container. I don't remember if I bought some more or not. Need to pull my sleeves up because I don't need to be getting those in the Mod Podge. Okay, come down with that. Oh boy. It's kind of hard. This is big. Don't want that wrinkle really in that where the fold was. Getting all my edges real good. Cut down one more. Get me some more Mod Podge. You're seeing the creases in the wood too. Paper looks like wood, and then you're seeing the actual creases going in the wood. Alright, I'm going to go finish working this the rest of the way down, and I'll come back with you. Alright, I have it coated, and I just barely had enough Mod Podge. I'm going to be looking in here and see if I have a new bottle somewhere. But anyways, I put that down, finished it, and then I went over the top. And I'm going to let it dry before I sand my edges down. Alright, I covered the coat a coat of Mod Podge on the top, and it's all dry. Now I'm going to take my little finger sander. And it's going to be loud, but this is what I'm going to do. And I don't want to do it on camera because it is loud. But I'll just go around all of that and remove this extra paper. And then I'm going to put some wax on it. Okay, I've started going around it with black. I don't really want the brush marks, so I'm kind of just patting it back. But I do want to darken it around the edges. Must have missed right in there getting some Mod Podge on it because it turned really dark. Want it down on the wood. And I don't know if I'm in frame because this picture is large. And I'm using the top coat of black and by Jolie. That's just, I'm just kind of wiping back the brush marks on it when I'm doing that. As you can see this side, what it looks like, and then the part that hasn't been done. Touch the pieces I've already done. They've already been there. Okay, I like the way that looks. It's just going around, gives it a darkness around the frame of it, and I wonder if maybe I should go around the chicken a little bit. I can try it. I can wipe it back if it doesn't work. Or the rooster. here. I'm being quiet because I'm concentrating. Okay, let me turn that around and see what I think. Got a little too much right up in there. Because I am just wanting kind of an outline. Okay, I like the way that's looking. And I really don't think I could do anything else to it. So I'm going to let that dry. And I think I'm done. I think I'm finished with it. I like the way it looks. It's going to be pretty hanging on a wall. And for $2 for the board, and probably about $3 for the paper, that makes a pretty piece. Okay, now I'm going to be working on this little crate that I got from the thrift store. And to save time, I went ahead and I have coated this with the antiquing wax folk art, because I want to leave that the wood color. And I'm going to paint the rest of this in Aviary by DIY. And it does have some, like right in here, you can see where it was stained with water. And then on the inside, I don't know if you can see it, like right in here, it was stained also. I'm not worried about the ends though, because I'll be putting something over it. See, like where it's stained there. But these, I did put the shellac on them so it wouldn't bleed through. And I'm going to go and I'm going to paint this whole thing, except for the sides. I'll do, well, up here I'll paint the aviary, but right in here I'm going to decoupage something on there. And it really looks like I built this. Just look, there's brad nails popping out. That's what I do when I use my brad nailer. Sometimes they shoot through, and I've had them go through my hand right here. Then I had one go up my thumbnail. But I really try to watch that. I'm going to go all over this whole thing, except like I said here, and I'll put probably at Waverly plaster here for my, because I need it a light color. But this whole box is going to be painted in Aviary. And we all know how to paint, so I am not going to sit here and paint this and have you all watch me do the whole thing, because it's going to take me some time to get it finished. Get it all done. Okay, I've learned a lesson. I did put the shellac on where it was stained, but I only gave it one coat, and I should have given it another coat. But I'm going to let it go and go over this now with the DIY clear wax before I do anything with the sides. And hopefully I have enough. Boy, that brush is stiff for this. That's going to take me a bit to get done, just like it did painting, because of all the slats in this. might have to find me a different brush. My pointed one that I really need has dark wax on it. Go ahead and do that. I got a bunch of wax on here. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and give this all a coat of the wax and then work on the sides. Okay, I forgot, moved on with the waxing and forgot to distress it, so I stopped and did it just a little bit, not much. Not much at all, but it looks good. Now I'm going to continue on with the waxing. Alright, I have that coated all over and it's starting to dry, and that's what this DIY paint, clay-based paint, it dries blotchy for me. So I barely had enough wax. So I've got to get me some wax ASAP. But I'm going to let that dry. There's what it turned the color. It'll probably turn a little lighter yet. Then I'll start working on my sides. Okay, I have this all painted and waxed and sealed. And now I've put the image on one side to save time. And I'm going to do this one. It's the same image, and I'm going to do it here. Get it centered where I want it. And I think it's going to go down to the bottom of that. Well, I moved it. About right there like that. And I'm going to take my fingernail where I know where to cut that at. And go along in there. This one up here. I think I'll take a pencil on that one. Just kind of draw where I want it cut. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Holding it down tight so I don't shift it. And going to meet these two sides kind of together. Okay, now I'm going to take my scissors. Because the other one I tried sanding it off and I didn't like it, so I'm doing it this way. This time. All right. And I've ran out, or I've almost ran out of Mod Podge, so I've mixed up just half water and half school glue. And I do have just a little bit of Mod Podge. I'm going to save that to go over the top, because I don't know how well that works, how clear it gets. It's probably clear, but just in case, I'm not going to do it. Put that much here, and then I'm going to lay my paper on. Let's see. Yeah. Get that started. I might have too much water in my glue. some glue coming out over here. And I did put hairspray, 2 coats of hairspray on my image. And I will, it's coming up, leave the link for where I bought the image off of Etsy, and I'll leave the link. It was actually supposed to be for the image they had for a glass cutting board, but I liked it. It was colorful, and it had a rooster on it. So I sized it to the size I needed, printed it out on Best Print, and sprayed it with hairspray. See, I need some more right there. I've got to get some Mod Podge. Well, you know, I do have some polyacrylic in here, and I've heard you can use that, but it's a little shiny, a little more shiny when you get. Probably, I messed that up a little bit, but it's not going to show. This needed to be kind of twisted, but it's all right. Front of it's going to be showing the most. Got bubbles. Now, I did print this out on plain paper, just plain copy paper. Sprayed it with hairspray. All right, now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to take my Mod Podge, go over the top of it, and I don't really know what I could do with the front. I don't know, but I'm going to decorate it up, and if I can come up with something for the front, I'll put it there.